I've actually been struck by the fact, and I don't know if you share this view, but that, many politicians in the West, notably here in Canada, I found that their response to what's been happening in Iran, which is pretty significant, has been rather tepid. And I would also say that the same could be said about the progressive left, which at the drop of a hat will criticize Israel and other countries, but are not really taking note on what is going on in Iran. How do we understand this? Do you feel like there's a double standard at work? Like, where are the trending "I stand with the Iranians" hashtags?
Yeah. I've been so busy in terms of planning protests and, writing op-eds and so on. I haven't had a
Hmm.
ton of time to look at kind of what famous left-wing figures have
Yeah,
been saying about this protest. So I
they
can't
haven't
speak and
been.
tell.
They haven't really been saying much.
Maybe they haven't. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I'll take your word for that.
yeah.
If they have not, then
Hmm.
that's entirely consistent with past practice. And if
Okay.
they have been saying it, then bless them. But that's not
Yeah.
what they've done in the past.
Hmm.
Um, Regrettably, much of the progressive left in the last, I don't know, few decades has come to view the world solely through the lens of anti-imperialism.
Hmm.
And what that means essentially is that they're willing to hold their fire. I don't want to say they want to ally themselves with, but they certainly will not outwardly criticize regimes that um, are in conflict with the United States or Israel. And that's why you find these weird coalitions of left wingers, for example, sometimes even praising the Islamic Republic of Iran or talking about Russia in positive ways. It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
This is a phenomenon that happens, I have to admit, also on the far right, but it's been much more prominent on the left.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that's been the issue. It's, you know, Iranian people, Iranian women especially, for a long time have been saying the way we are being treated is really apartheid. It's gender apartheid.
Yeah.
Women under the Iranian law are considered half of men, literally.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, they are horrendously treated, subjected to awful violence, the kinds of things that any Western progressive would be horrified by and would never want to, a situation they would never want to actually live under themselves. But when people come, an activist, for example, like Masih Alinejad, who, hopefully your readers know, she's really a prominent Iranian activist who speaks out for women's rights. They accuse her of being an Islamophobe all the time because she's saying, look at what is being done in the name of Islam to women in Iran. That
Mm.
has been the position of the left. Regrettably, this has seeped into a lot of our institutions,
Hmm.
our prime minister's office, for example. I suspect, I mean, I can't say this for sure, but I suspect a lot of this thinking has clouded their judgment about what sorts of positions they ought to be taking with respect to
Hmm.
theocracies like Iran's.